E aí, gurizada, Kawasaki na zanga motos, porque cava é vida.
And they look up, and Ken saw his name at the top.
First world champion about to be crowned, and it'll be an SX2 rider. Chad, how are things looking down there at the start line?
I was just dodging roost, but looking good. I love that they've out front of the gate, they've fixed it. So I think we're going to get 3 finals. The guys have already chosen, their spots, and from here they're stuck with it. So I like that they're fixed in front, so it's not really going to get worse at this point. It'll be their only ruts that they make. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, hey Chad, I never got the opportunity during my career to start on the metal starting pads. Does the rut that forms after you go across the gate tend to stay straighter or dig out differently than, let's say, a dirt-to-dirt start?
Yes, absolutely. The in front of the gate is the most important thing at this point, outside of your choice. And so I think right now, with it all being fixed, everybody has a really nice shot at it.
All right, Chad, thanks. I look forward to hearing your words throughout these 3 GP final races coming up, the SX2 category. They'll be making their way back to the gate, locking in, getting set for the first gate drop for SX2 championship. Next race, World Supercross Australian GP SX2 race number 1. 21 riders, Jeff, 6 laps here at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, Australia.
And if this is your first time watching World Supercross, as we take a look at the points, I will remind you that we just don't have one main event. There are 3 finals that make up the Australian Grand Prix.
And about 3 minutes in between each one when you finish and you get back into that game.
Yeah, and look how tight the points are right here. Seeley's been really quick, Bogle's been quick, and then the rest of the riders that are up there in points after the race in Cardiff. This thing, there's any number of riders that could walk away with the world title.
There's a look at the gates. Who had the picks? Aaron Tanti, Jeff, that Australian rider there is one to keep an eye on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had a great ride last night. We were in the same stadium for the first round of the Australian Supercross Championship, and he almost won that main event. Made a little mistake at the end, but he's definitely going to be quick.
Back to Chad one more time.
Guys, with 2 points from first to second, I think the biggest thing is we've got Oldenburg quite far on the inside. We've got Blos about 3 or 4 bikes in between him, and then 2 more. We got Makaraf, and when I'm standing and looking at this position, Makaraf has a really strong. There he is, not even on his bike yet, but I think that he has a nice shot at that turn. But Oldenburg down here has the inside line, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Shane's going to have Max Anstey just to his right on the 99.
Yeah, so what I want everybody to focus on, these riders are so fired up, okay? Everybody wants to get out off of this start and get the whole shot. The first guy to the first turn has rarely been able to hug the inside and come out of the first turn leading. So even if you have the lead, you've got to get on the brakes and get turned. Let's see who can grab this whole shot.
It's Reese Budd right there on the 22. Here we go. Gate drop for race number 1. All important whole shot. Who's it going to go to? Looks like Anstey coming around the outside. Able to hold on to it? He does. Max Anstey is your whole shot.
Wow.
Actually, they're going to give it to Mitchell Oldenburg.
Yeah, Bogle was there, and then he slid out, caused a little bottleneck, and that allowed Oldenburg.
Oh, one rider down. It's a 200 of Seeley.
Looked like Seeley and Chisholm.
And that is Anstey in the lead, Jeff, on the 99. But the whole shot, I guess, went to Oldenburg first at the line.
McElrath, your points leader in the championship, running 4th at the moment.
Boy, Anstey opening up a big gap here. take a look at this here. Penrite replay. You see what happened to Sealy. Oh, boy. Now we got the onboard here, and you get another look at it. There's Blows just in front, as you can see them getting together just to the inside right.
Great start for Camparisi.
Blows Jeff sits in 7th, Kristen.
Yeah, and a note on Max and Steve. Speaking to him earlier this week, he said this track races differently than most U.S. tracks. That's because the turns are physically wider. That width creates more passing opportunities. So here, Max is more conscious of riders using that real estate. I'm looking to see him use more defensive riding in this GP race.
Moving up fast is the 401 of Jace Owen right now. Here he comes. Owen charging through. You see the 19 as well up there. Aaron Tanti, we told you that Australian's going to be a contender in this one, Jeff.
Watch Bogle.
Bogle's on the 891 right there. Oh, he just gets in front.
Oh, nice slide pass right there for Bogle.
Yeah, he gets around Camparisi.
Tanti slides by also on the exit of the turn.
Watch it here. Bogle getting inside.
Oh, here's where we're looking. Oh, that's close. No, sorry, Moss. Blows his team. Oh.
And then the 41 gets caught up into the middle of the head as well. Derek Kelly.
Wow.
A lot of action here in this wild first race for the SX2 category. Anstey, McElrath, Owen, Bogle, and Tanti, your top 5. Let's update you on where your title contenders are. McElrath is in 2nd. Bogle sits in 4th. Blows back in 6th. Tanti showing us the onboard here.
Yeah,
Tanti's chasing Bogle, Jeff.
Yeah, they've been going at it for a couple laps there, making a couple moves. Tanti's been really good at...
Oh, Bogle's down. Oh. Tanti's down. They're dropping all over the place here. Bogle gets on his bike first and gets going, but they're going to drop like crazy down through the order.
And Ralph, the benefactor there is Blows. Look, he goes up to 4th.
Yep, Blows moves all the way up to 4th, and there's what happened.
Just what Chad and I have been talking about. The track, the soil here inside Marvel Stadium, it looks like it's got so much traction, but the base is hard, and we've seen multiple riders push the front end and go down here. Nice little rut there. Blows 66.
Let's get an update from Chad.
Hey guys, I'm down here on the start line and watching Cole Seeley's in the pits here, and there is rear brake fluid all over the rear of the bike. They're trying to figure out where it's coming from, but obviously he's got tangled up with all the other riders, and they've got brake fluid everywhere.
As it stands right now with Shane McElrath in 2nd and Blows in 4th, Shane will add to his points lead by 4 here in race number 1. McElrath sitting 2nd on the racetrack right now. There he goes.
I mean, that's not a very good cushion, especially when you got 2 more finals to go here in the Australian GP.
Yeah, but I'd rather be adding than subtracting from my lead,
right? Yeah, right. He's going the right direction, Ralph. And so is Jace Owen, riding that Club MX Yamaha. He's in 3rd. He's having a really good start to the night. Not as good as Anstey, though, the rider out of the UK.
Anstey won the 2nd final at Cardiff, was 11th and 10th. The other 2 6th overall. Also won here the last night in the SX2 race in that opening round of the Australian Supercross Championship.
Well, he's putting on a great show for Honda Junior.
Checkered flag goes to Max Anstey. Race number 1 goes to the 99.
Riding for an Australian team. Going to have a lot of support here. The British rider.
Anstey, McElrath, Owen, Blows, Nicoletti, the top 5. And here's a look at the second page. Tanti was looking so good, Jeff, they got caught up in that incident with Bogle. He ends up 12th.
Yeah, just such a bummer for them. Tanti looked great, Bogle looked great, but just pushing it too hard, finding the limits of their bike and this track.
And you got about 3 minutes to think about it, forget about it, and do it again.
Well, now here's the interesting thing for Cole Seeley, okay? He's got a rear brake issue. The riders do have spare bikes, I don't think there's time to fix it.
Kristen?
Yeah, Max Anstey actually communicating with his factory connection rep right now. But Max, what did you learn in that first GP race?
Track slick. I've got my suspension guy making some changes even though I was out front. I think we can improve, so another good start and we'll get it done.
Max, well done. And guys, remember, Max won GP race 2 at Cardiff, so his second GP race win of the season.
And you're going to have to keep improving that handling, Jeff, because that track is not going to get any better as this goes on. Here's a look at this one as it got underway.
Yeah, watch the start. He sweeps around the outside after Bogle slipped out a little bit. Total bottleneck there. Yeah, and looks like that's probably the situation where Seeley might have had that rear brake damaged.
That's Bogle and then Tanti. Anstey was out front, had a nice big gap. Max takes the win. And we're ready for race number 2, just like that.
It's crazy. After the race in Cardiff, we come here a couple weeks ago, talking to some of the riders at the press conference yesterday, asking them, like, how difficult is the 3 final format? And they're like, you're on the starting line, and you're still sweating from the previous race, and you're putting your goggles on to go race again. But Tanti is clearly disappointed. See, he's got a rag right there, towel wiping the sweat off of his face.
Here's Max coming through this rhythm lane.
Yeah, it's got Owen back there. Nice slow-mo.
You know, Max was such a bright young talent, too, when he first got started. A lot of people thought when he came to America to run Supercross that he would be one of the next big things there, Jeff, and then injuries and a few other things held him back.
Yeah, moved his way back to the World Championship, and now here he is in World Championship Supercross.
One of Melbourne's most beautiful buildings is Hammer Hall. And Jeff, there are so many things to do here in Melbourne. You and I had an opportunity to explore around, and boy, it's just a beautiful city. The architecture here, just stunning.
Stunning, my words, exactly.
Well, next race is going to be SX2, race number 2, and here's Chad Reed.
Shane McElrath, how's the track doing, mate? It's all about the start, looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to pass, and thankfully we got a longer start today, but the track is not in prime condition, and it's only going to get worse, so starts are key right now.
Go get him, man. Good luck.
All right, he's ready to go. He's got to get focused quickly.
Yeah, it gets the sweat off your eyes. I mean, typically you start with like dry goggles, right? Dry face, everything. You know, maybe you're warmed up, but you're not sweating already. So it's a whole new way of going racing Supercross.
There's again a look at the start list.
Reese Budd, one of the wild cards here.
And there will be 2 wild cards at every round of the World Championship for riders of each region to have an opportunity to maybe show off their skills and get a full-time ride in World Supercross Championship.
Yeah, here was Nathan Crawford. He's the number 199. And then Reese Budd, the number 22, both Australian riders.
I think that's a great addition to the sport. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. Race 2.
There's Bogle. Boy, he'd like to see things a little differently on that 891. And Tanti as well, hoping to thrill the home crowd here on his Yamaha number 19.
Yeah, and you saw Moss, the number 102, right in the middle of it.
Here come the revs. Watch the gate. We're racing again. Trying to get that whole shot. McElrath up the inside. Wide. And 12 is not going to get the whole shot as 4 riders are down. But it's going to be Oldenburg getting the whole shot. But here comes McElrath trying to steal the lead away.
And Bogle was down off that start. I think Chisholm was down also. It's been a rough start for Kyle Chisholm in both of these finals.
And it's Tanti out front and leading as Oldenburg gives chase on the 48, and the Australian fans Robin seeing Aaron Tanti out front here tonight.
Oh, look at it. Oldenburg trying to go wide. He is wasting no time.
Cuts back inside here, but Tanti, real quick, up over the finish line jump first. Tanti will lead him as we put 2 laps in the books here.
Oh, McElrath's going to make the pass, possibly?
Yep, he's up to second, and Shane McElrath on the charge now. Can he reel in Tanti? Tanti here's a look at the onboard with Crawford as they pile into turn number 1.
Watch as Seeley just went down also. Bogle, Chisholm. It is carnage. Wow.
Chaos in turn 1 here in Australia. On board with Tanti. How did he come out with the lead? Oh, he tucks inside, gets on the gas, gets a handful, and to the front he goes.
Hey, Bogle got a little help going down right there, if you know what I mean. He was there first trying to get turned, and he got taken out.
Love seeing Aaron Tanti out front here tonight. Jeff, he looked so good last night in the Australian Supercross season opener for their championship. But maybe the thing that hurt him the most last night was a little bit of fitness in that longer race. He seemed to wear down a little bit near the end, and it cost him a shot at the win. I think in this shorter format here tonight, he could be a real threat.
He could. Tanti riding that CDR, Craig Dack Racing Yamaha, celebrating their 30th year as a race team. Craig Dack, of course, legendary racer and now legendary team owner, guiding that team and looking on right now, fingers crossed. So much, anticipation, hoping his rider can go out there and win this second final.
Aaron Tanti, the 2022 Australian MX1 national champion in their pro motocross division.
Wow, we have got a tight race. Top 4 or 5 right there.
Tanti battled with Justin Brayton last night. Tonight, however, it's Shane McElrath who's trying to win a world championship. Tanti could be a spoiler.
Sliding around a little bit. And that's if you're setting second like McElrath, you see him making those mistakes, and then it's like blood in the water. Time to attack.
Absolutely. McElrath is in second, blows him fifth.
Watch this. That's the turn where Bogle pushed the front end. Tanti gets the back end loose. Oh, look at these fans going nuts right now.
You're all cheering for Tanti. Aaron Tanti leading here in front of the hometown crowd. Shane McElrath trying to stand on top of the podium, win that world championship. There's a look at the points. McElrath, 44. This is the round points, Jeff. Anstey right there, right behind him. That would be for the overall here tonight.
Super close. We're going to have, we got about a lap and a half left to go here. The crowd
coming alive,
really behind the Australian rider, 19.
As you would expect.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Big crowd on hand here tonight. And they're hoping Tanti can give them something to scream about. Anstey has moved up. As he moves into third, he'll move to the top of the overall standings for tonight with our round points right now in front of McElrath, Close, and Tanti and Owen.
You know, I'm just not seeing anywhere on the track where Tanti has any problem in any place where McElrath can make up any time on him. I mean, he is riding awesome. He's got about a half a lap to go. As a rider, you thrive to be in these situations like Chad Reed was talking about. Right now, he's got to get through the whoops good.
You just fear that he gets a little too aggressive on the throttle, makes a slight mistake.
He looks so smooth right now.
Over the wall jump. Here he comes. Tanti, couple of corners to go.
The boss man, Craig Dack, has to be happy about this.
Here in Marvel Stadium, it's Aaron Tanti taking the win in race number 2. His first SX2 feature win. And he does it in front of the home crowd in Melbourne, Australia.
That was really close. The top 4 or 5. You got Blows right there.
Tanti, McElrath, Anstey, Oldenburg, and Blows. So all the riders in the thick of the chase, Jeff, for this world championship right in there with him.
Cream rises to the top, right?
Yep, Tanti, 26 years old from Silverdale, New South Wales.
Wow, that was exciting. Now we got 1 left to go. We're going to go a little bit longer in 6 laps this next time, though.
Should be 10. And let's go to Kristen, who's with the winner.
Yeah, thanks so much, Aaron Tanti. Double duty this weekend. Aaron, what kind of coaching and strategizing did this team do to get you ready to race both last night and tonight?
Yeah, it's just everything all put together. I ride for the same team that I do in for Australia, so I was riding the same team last night. It was a different bike, but you know, I'm comfortable on both. The only difference is power, so that's just everything. I just had a good night last night, made sure I rehydrated, got a good feed, and yeah, ready to go for tonight.
In front of the hometown crowd. And of course, guys, Aaron is referencing the fact last night he was on a 450, tonight, of course, the 250. The only difference is the power. They both have the same chassis, guys.
Chase Owen, Kristen was 20th, and you can see the dejection, Jeff.
Yeah, something went drastically wrong. He's going to be on the second page of our points championship here.
Now, these are the current championship points. McElrath leads it by 7 over Max Anstey. Los is now third at 87, and Oldenburg another 3 back.
Yeah, you got to think that Oldenburg might just be a little bit out of it. He's going to have to focus on winning this GP. And take a look at the start here. Watch how dirty it gets in the first turn. Look at the white bike. Boom, he gets bumped out of the way and down. And Chisholm, he goes down. It's just...
I'll tell you who has a real shot at this championship, Jeff, is Max Anstey. He's riding very good tonight.
Yeah, no doubt.
If Max can get the start here in this third...
Okay, watch what happens right here. Oldenburg, bam, bumps Bogle, takes the lead.
The chaos of the first turn could be the decider in who becomes world champion tonight, because it could give a huge advantage to one rider escaping from the pack. The Australian fans love seeing their hometown rider winning race number 2. Well, a great win for Aaron Tanti. This is what it looks like down in the start gate area.
Scott Hatcam.
Hatcam, yeah. We got cameras all over the place. We got drone cam,
flying around, yeah.
Onboard cameras.
Look right there. You got Chris Blose's mechanic, the 66, cooling him off.
You can
multiple mechanics out there with the signboard. That's what they ride on to give the rider messages throughout the race. Right now, they're cooling him off. Look at Cole Seeley right now, taking some deep breaths, really trying to get some deep breathing in, get his heart rate down, and get ready for this final race.
Kristen, what happened to Chase Owen?
Yeah, guys, unfortunately, a transmission issue. When you mentioned that earlier, I ran over, talked to Jace a little bit. How disappointing is it?
Yeah, it's definitely a little disappointing. Stuff definitely can happen racing, but struggled a little bit just all day long with a couple things, and then we kind of got it sorted out for the heat race, and got the whole shot in that, and then got second. I was feeling good in the first main. I got third, so that was good, and felt like I could fight for it. And then early on in that one, I didn't get a good start, but I started hearing a little something in the engine, and then I just tried to ride it in and ended up, I think the transmission went out. So it's definitely a bummer. It takes me out for the night. It was a tough World Supercross journey for me for a couple of races, qualifying fastest a couple weeks ago at Cardiff and not being able to perform, and then just struggling and having some bike issues. But it is what it is, and I'm still excited to be here, and I'll be back next year for some redemption, that's for sure.
And guys, I did ask Jace if he plans to move to the backup bike. They are trying to rally, get it together. Not sure if it's ready or not, but hopefully we'll see Jace in that third GP race on the backup bike. We'll see how that goes. Now, something else I wanted to take note of, guys, behind us, every single rider on the gate, on their bike, either with their helmet or without their helmet. However, Shane McElrath, our current points leader, is standing far away from the bike, far away from the line. He is the last rider to get on his bike in not only the start of this GP race, but also in the last GP race. Jeff, what do you make of that?
He's clearly in the zone right now. Look how focused he is, that look on his face. I mean, he is right on the cusp of winning a world championship here in SX2.
Doing a little bit of math over here. If Shane right now, he's up 7, right, heading into this final race. If he finishes third or better, that should probably lock the title up for him, but that's, of course, very unofficial until we get to the end of this thing. Well, but I like Anstey, too, here.
Yep, and you do
look
get
at his focus, too.
Yeah, but you do get a, whoa, that's really serious. Piercing.
Both of them.
But you do get a championship point for fastest lap, too, so there's a lot going on here.
Two of them just, they're not looking at each other, but they're staring right back at each other, aren't they?
Mm.
Well, we've got one more SX2 GP race to go. Race number 3. And Chad, somebody is going to be a world champion. A lot of tension down there.
Absolutely, Ralph. We got a world champion to crown, but Max Anstey, you raced yourself into second place, 7 down. What's the plan from here?
Got a whole shot and got to try and check out and not worry about anything else. It's hairy out there, so let's just go and get it done.
Do that, mate. Good luck.
Did you see, I mean,
he can't wait to drop that gate, Jeff.
I mean, he is just so in the zone. He's like a warrior right now, just a gladiator ready to get it on.
And, you know, McElrath's thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, he had the same look on his face. Wow. They were both really tense. But, I mean, look at what's on the line, right?
You think, yeah, I was going to say, you think the significance of a world championship means anything? Boy, does it.
Wow. So, who's going to be the spoiler?
Well, Max has come in here so far and been that guy, hasn't he? He's knocked a few out of the hunt and put himself right in the position. Can he continue it for one more round? And McElrath and Anstey right next to each other, elbow to elbow, as they get ready for this final run to that first corner of chaos.
Yeah, and I believe, looking down the line there, that nobody is on McElrath's left. The gate, it must be Jay Sowen's gate, who's not now open, who hasn't lined up yet. So that, yeah, see right there, just behind the 30-second board, there's actually a couple bikes missing.
Yep.
I love it. They're right next to each other, elbow to elbow, bar to bar, for the SX2 world title.
There's a possibility here tonight that McElrath might not even win a GP race here tonight and can win the title. The world championship is on the line. Anstey and McElrath screaming towards the first corner. Here comes the chaos. Who's going to come out? Anstey trying to get inside. Not going to happen. McElrath puts a couple of bikes between him and Anstey. Anstey with a great corner at the next turn, and McElrath has the lead. Anstey's back and forth, and Max has to get going. Tanti sits in third. Seeley's down 3 GP races in a row.
So is Chisholm. McElrath was second around the first turn.
Here comes Anstey. Max Anstey in the black riding gear on the 99 just in front of Blows. He's trying to catch up to Aaron Tanti, who won the last GP, to get himself a shot of catching McElrath.
Oldenburg could have been the spoiler. He grabbed the whole shot. McElrath moved him out of the way. Makes a bunch of mistakes, and Oldenburg misses the triple, goes back to 10th. He was fast enough to win this. Watch. Oldenburg tries to block him out. Boom, white bike goes to the lead. Now watch what happens with Oldenburg. Hits a tough box, feet off. Carnage in the second turn there. Brown, Seeley down again. Chisholm down again. Tanti and say, oh, look at the far right there. Nicoletti off the track. Oh, feet off, and then Oldenburg has to check up a little bit.
Oh, and then Blows got into the back of Tanti there. Almost took himself out. And here comes Anstey. Anstey trying to get to the inside on Tanti. Max looking for a way around. Now he'll try the high line. He'll split lanes here. Take the opposite lane. Tighter line through there. Cuts back across.
And see how you can quad in?
Inside goes Max with the block move. He's going to take the position away from Tanti. So now the two with the best shot at the championship run 1 and 2. It's McElrath and Anstey to decide it.
So, Ralph, even if Anstey goes to lead and McElrath was second, McElrath still wins it. So, hold on, let's go on board here. Pin right replay.
That's Tanti. He's giving the view as Anstey gets around.
Yeah, so even if Anstey makes the pass from the lead on McElrath, McElrath still has the points. So if you're Anstey, you need to give McElrath a shove. You need to put him up.
It needs to be a very aggressive pass.
You need to disrupt him because you have extra points that you need to make up. Both riders looked like they were so serious about this, and I wonder how clean they're going to race it.
Hey, it's for a world championship. Anything goes, and we're almost halfway home. Remember, this third and final GP race is longer than the previous two. We ran those at 6. This one is 10.
And if you're McElrath, you have to ride the wheels off of that Rick Ware racing machine to earn this world title. Don't allow Anstey to catch up. Don't give him the opportunity. You've got 6 more laps to become a world champion.
Here's Anstey and the whoops, Jeff.
Look how chewed up the whoops are. They are really difficult here tonight, and these edges can really catch you off guard. See, the bike starts to huck-a-buck back and forth a little bit, and then he just lands it perfectly into the turn.
Anstey giving it everything he has on the 99. And Rick Ware and his wife Lisa not here in Melbourne this weekend. Of course, Rick also involved in IndyCar racing, NHRA drag racing, and NASCAR competition. He's got race teams competing all over the globe, Jeff.
Well, it's 5:42 in the morning where he's at on the East Coast.
I believe he's at Homestead with his NASCAR team this weekend.
Okay.
Probably watching this and going crazy.
Yeah, so incredible for the Rick Ware and the other teams that have McElrath in this championship.
Did you see him fighting to get through that rut?
Yeah, that rut's getting really nasty right now.
That's going to give Anstey an opportunity to close in. He's within a second now of Shane McElrath with just 4 laps remaining. Watch this again. You can see McElrath struggling to get through that rut.
Look how deep that rut was, like deeper than the axle, you know?
Here's Anstey on the 99.
There
and the mechanics trying to cheer them on.
Yeah, you see the rags waving, the pit boards out. This is it. This is for the title.
For a world championship here tonight.
Lap 7 of 10. I tell you what, they've paced out. They're both running equal lap times last time around. 49.1. I mean,
McElrath, such a seasoned veteran.
I mean, both riders are.
Yeah,
right?
no doubt about it. But, I mean, we've seen Shane battle for Supercross championships, Jeff. He's used to being at the front of the field for this. This is the best shot Max has ever had, and it's for the biggest championship he could win, a world championship.
There it is.
Pit board saying, come on, you can bring this thing home. A couple more laps to go.
And, you know, by the time we get to lap 9 or 10, we might have some lap riders playing a part in this also.
And, Jeff, I just got a text from Rick Ware coming in. He says, yes, I'm watching, Ralph, and I'm losing my mind. Hang in there, Rick. Shane's trying to bring it home for you.
Yeah, and if you think about Shane McElrath's career in AMA Supercross, he was second twice, but now he could possibly be the world champion.
Chad.
Guys, what I think is very impressive, listening to you guys talk about the two veterans out front, Aaron Tanti has not raced Supercross, to my knowledge, in the last 3 years because of COVID here in Australia. So really impressive what he's doing tonight.
Great point, Chad, and he sits third right now. He won race number 2 and was right in the thick of things last night here with the season opener for the Australian Championship. Expect to see great things out of Aaron Tanti in the future.
Yeah, we're on board with him now, but I tell you, his Supercross riding is exceptional. Great technique. He's very smooth on the bike. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Needs to be a little quicker than what he is right now to run with these two gentlemen.
Here we go, watching Shane McElrath putting that left foot down, Jeff, sliding through that dirt. Flying that bike.
Look at that, just perfect downside.
Yep, landing with the throttle on, so as soon as that rear wheel hits that Australian dirt, it's just driving it forward. And the 12 out front looking to put a number 1 on that bike here in another lap.
There it is.
Last lap here in Melbourne. Shane McElrath looking to bring a world championship back to Mooresville, North Carolina, the home of the Rick Ware Racing Team. McElrath, the North Carolina native himself, what a night it could be for Rick Ware Racing and Shane McElrath here in Melbourne, Australia.
And Anstey has tried everything. The British rider has done everything he could to try to catch McElrath, but he's just not close enough to make a pass or make anything happen. McElrath has ridden the perfect third final here.
It has been a fantastic. Oh, Anstey's right there. Final corner coming up. Anstey thinking about it. The checkered flag awaits. Shane McElrath is your SX2 World Champion in the Supercross World Championship in the pilot season for 2022 as he wins it here in the final GP in Melbourne, Australia. Congratulations to Rick Ware Racing and Shane McElrath on the World Championship in SX2.
Wow. Oldenburg right there, high-fiving him. All the riders showing so much respect. There really is a lot of camaraderie here in World Supercross also because of the setup. They spend a lot more time together than what they do traditionally.
Shane McElrath, born in Asheville, North Carolina, the beautiful mountain city there, hometown of Canton, North Carolina. And as we said, Rick Ware Racing out of Mooresville. And Race City, USA, Jeff, they call Mooresville, North Carolina, and now they can call it a World Championship hometown because Rick Ware Racing has one.
Yep. Every one of the 10 teams here, 9 of the 10 teams are traditional Supercross racing teams. Rick Ware, who has a history with motocross racing, is automotive teams. He's the youngest, right? He had to put this team together in only a few months, and now they won the world title.
Kristen, you get your first world champion, and his name is Shane McElrath.
And his first GP race win of this season. Shane, during that race, Rick Ware texted Ralph Shaheen and said, "I am losing my mind right now." Where were you emotionally at during that GP race?
For me, honestly, stay focused because that's 3 tough races and my best start of the year. And it was just, you know what, put some sprint laps in and manage when I could. Max was pushing me the whole way. I think it was him. And it was like, okay, the fatigue's definitely there, but try to manage it, try to stay safe. I mean, this was for the championship, but I want to win. So praise God. This is a great opportunity. Rick Ware, he's at home in Summit Racing and Fly. Man, we're blessed. My wife, my brother's been my mechanic this year, and I'm proud of this team and what they've done in a couple short weeks. So glory to God. Thank you.
We'll be hearing from Shane a little bit later during the trophy presentations as well. Now, I'm going to make my way over to Max Anstey, who is celebrating with his team manager, Yariv. Max, during those final laps, you started pressing in on Shane McElrath, never giving up during those moments. What can you say about that final lap effort?
Well, I was teammates with Shane at the beginning of the year, and he's a great guy, and he's had a tough year, so he deserves it. And yeah, he's a great guy. We got a little close coming in there, and I don't know. It's one of those where you risk it all and both end up going down, or. But you know, anyway, I'm going in the right direction. The bike was good. I'm solid. I felt good. I'm really happy with the way these rounds went. You know, this World Supercross was a great few races, and can't wait to see what next year brings. And I want to say happy anniversary to my wife back at home. Sorry I can't be there tomorrow. And love you guys, love you, Finn. And I'll be back home in a week or so.
Max Anstey, 2nd overall in the championship, also 2nd overall tonight. Now we're going to navigate our way over here past Craig Dack, who is obviously very pleased with Aaron Tanti's performance tonight. We were just navigating through here. Aaron, did racing the double header last night, the hometown boy, you can hear the crowd erupting out here. Aaron, did racing double duty help you or hurt you?
Look, I felt fine in coming into today. You know, the sleep was a little bit down after racing the main and stuff last night. I didn't get to bed to midnight after the press conference and stuff. So, but yeah, no, I felt good today. Obviously changed from the 450 last night to the 250 tonight. So that definitely took me a minute to adjust in practice, but I sort of progressed as the night went on. I felt good in all 3 mains. Unfortunately, I went down, Bogle crashed in front of me in that after the triple, and I had nowhere to go, which was a bit of a bummer because I was, up the front. It would have been 3 good scores, but super pumped to get a win in the second one and, battle up front in that last one.
Aaron, congratulations, guys. That rounds out your SX2 podium.
Well, let's take a look at those Boost Mobile race highlights, Jeff.
Yeah, 22 laps, 3 races, but look how crazy the starts were. It was so critical. I mean, so many riders. Everybody makes it through race 1 clean, at least to the second turn, and then the chaos started. Bam, riders down, Brown, and just Seeley down again. Just a horrible night for them. Watch Anstey to the inside.
Jeff,
Canty right there.
Just really impressed with Anstey here tonight. I mean, he came in here with, a mathematical shot at it, but boy, a lot of things had to go his way, and they almost did.
Yeah, watch the last lap and the wall jump he went for it, but it was McElrath's night all the way. There it is, your new SX2 world champion.
And think about this. Summit Racing is the main sponsor of that Rick Ware effort here in the World Supercross Championship. Traditionally, a high-performance parts sponsor who loves drag racing. Rick Ware talked them into taking a shot with him and the World Supercross Championship, and now they can say they're a World Championship sponsor. Chad?
Thanks, Ralph. It's time to celebrate our SX2 podium for the FIM World Supercross Championship here in Melbourne, Australia. And ladies and gentlemen, make plenty of noise for third place rider tonight. It's Aaron Tanti. And second place here tonight, make plenty of noise, Melbourne, for Max Anstey. And picking up the round win tonight here in Melbourne, Shane McElrath. Let's bring out the trophies, and tonight it's coming from FIM board member Peter Doyle. Now let's pause for the anthem of the United States of America.
What a moment for any athlete to...
And now let's get Chad Reed up on stage to interview your new world champion, Shane McElrath.
Shane McElrath, SX2 world champion, mate. How's that feel in your words?
Hey, a win is a win. It's never easy, and these guys made it tough. We had minimal prep time, but Rick Ware Racing, that we literally didn't stop working. So to come out on top and to really get better every single time on the track, that's really what we work for, and that's what I take pride in. So praise God, we're here, and number one, baby.
Your first trip to Australia, yes or no?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
You enjoy Oz, and I just guess in general, you know, this is what we call the pilot season, but what's your experience? What are you looking forward to most next year?
Honestly, continuing to grow. I mean, this is building racecraft, regardless of where it's at, who I'm lining up against, and yeah, I give it 100% every time I'm out there. So down here in the land of Chad Reed, and I'm trying to learn from every guy that I race. That's really the name of the game. And our team, I got 3 other good teammates, and working with them as well as lining up against all these guys continues to build me.
Congrats, mate.
And now it's the time to crown our SX2 champion for 2022. Let's bring forward Peter Doyle with the trophy to hand it to Shane McElrath, your world champion for 2022. All right, Melbourne, you know what comes next. Let's celebrate here in Melbourne with the champagne.
Wow, what a moment. And Jeff, what a thrill for any athlete to stand on the top step of the podium and to hear their country's anthem playing. That's just a magical moment.
Yeah, there's not often that you get champagne in your eyes and you actually really enjoy it right there. Congratulations to all 3 of those gentlemen on the podium.
Oh, that champagne never tasted so good, right? When you're a world champion like that.
Yeah, quite the moment. They earned it. I mean, really fantastic rides tonight for all 3 of these riders. And what a moment for McElrath. He's had some times throughout his career that he's really exceptional, but has came up short when it comes to winning the #1 plate and winning the title. But here tonight, he's finally accomplished that.
And not only a champion of a major series, but a world champion too, Jeff.
And look at him looking at the trophy right now. And, you know, Tanti has got to be thinking, you know what, come back again next year, be a little bit better, more Supercross time. Could be him standing at the top of that podium. There you go.
No doubt about it.
And that's the way to do it. Win the GP and the title all in one. Heck of a night for him.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Yeah, tremendous to see that. And hey, we got another world champion to crown yet.
Yeah, we still have more racing to go here.
Nice. Yes, sir.
This is going to be a night that he is never going to forget, that's for sure.
And may never end, too. It might continue on for quite a while into the Australian evening.
Well, that was that last lap right there. Anstey he wasn't close enough to make anything happen, but he tried at least.
But how about the respect he had for Shane, too, that he knew he could have played it dirty, but he didn't want to do that to Shane. He respects him too much.
Yeah, they were teammates earlier this year in America on a different team, you know, and that's what I mentioned. There really has been a lot of camaraderie among the World Championship riders here. Like I mentioned, the way that the pit stalls and everything are arranged here inside of the stadiums, and everybody's kind of together a lot more, and, you know, they're all going to end up traveling the world together.
And, you know, one of the things everybody talks about, too, when everybody gets here, the first thing everybody says when they see each other is, how was your trip? How did you go? How'd you get here?
Yeah,
everybody's got crazy
what route
stories.
Did you take? Do you have any layovers? And
yeah,
that's great.
Well, it'd be some hardware going back to North Carolina from Melbourne tomorrow. Rick Ware texting in again. He's headed to Miami for the NASCAR Cup race down there on Sunday. And he's going to be welcomed into the garage area there as a world champion. World Championship winning team owner.
Rider mechanic crew. Yeah.